I'm doing the Chicano return. What's up with everybody? It's been a minute since I've been on live, like an official live with Jay, with Hota. What's up with you guys? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, we get some people tapping in. It's been a while since I tapped in. You feel me? So I just want to tap in and say what's up to everybody. What's up, Cristiano? What's up, Oaklone? What's up with everybody? I'm out here chilling. It's been a minute since I've been out here. So I just want to tap in. Colombia was fun, bro. It was fun. It was kind of poor out there, but it was fun. Food got me sick. What about you, Christian? Did the food get you sick? But yeah, man. So what's up with everybody? Just want to tap in. Been a while since I tapped in with anybody on here. So just want to show you I'm still here. I ain't gone nowhere. Big Poe. That's right. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. Just chilling. Didn't work today. What's up, Mike Wallace, Shortcuts, Christian? So I just want to tap in with everybody, see how everybody's been out there. I'm Jaime Platna. So what's been going on in YouTube Landia? Shit, I haven't been on here in a minute. I haven't even really been catching up with anything going on YouTube. So that's why I'm tapping in to say what's up to everybody. Hopefully everybody's been good. Hopefully you've been striving and surviving and doing what you got to do to go ahead. How's life out there in Guerrero, Christian? In Guerrerito. So what's up with y'all? What's going on? Is Colombia humid? Very. At least the part of Colombia I was in, because I was in the Caribbean coast. When I went some years back to Medellin, it wasn't really that humid there. But yeah, the Caribbean coast is for sure humid as hell. Hot as shit, violent. I didn't see a lot of violence in Colombia, but it was hot. That's for sure. And humid, ugh. The humidity is horrible out there. It feels like you're in a sauna half the times. But it was cool. Yeah, they should be. They probably sweat a lot, regardless of what they're doing. Where in Mexico? In Mexico? Well, shit, Mexico, ain't it lawless? I mean, it's lawless out here. What do I think of Bukele in El Salvador? I mean, he had to do what he had to do. You know what I mean? I mean, El Salvador is somewhat thriving for the first time in a long time. El Salvador was a shithole for years, so you know, and it was mostly because of gangs and wars and U.S. intervention and a lot of bullshit. You know, so I mean, I don't agree with everything he does, but there's certain things I get. He had to do what he had to do. And see Juan Tenejo. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Mexico's been going through it too for a while. So what's up with everybody? Mike, are you high, Miss Partner? I guess it will get gentrified now because it's peaceful double-edged sword. Maybe. I mean, I know hella. Put it like this: I know hella traveling type people that I know that would never have gone, uh, which would never have gone to El Salvador, are now going to El Salvador all of a sudden, and all of a sudden love it. Colombia or El Salvador, hard to say. I would say maybe Colombia a little bit more. You know what I mean? But people were telling me that out there that Colombia is pretty violent still, but I didn't see nothing. But I was just passing through though, so you know, I know Colombia has a freaking bloody violent history like El Salvador does for sure. That I know for a fact. It's crazy how they have very similar histories in many respects. They have a history of U.S. interventions. They have a history of guerrillas. They have a history of right-wing paramilitary death squads. They have a history of corrupt governments, oligarchies, all the same stuff that every Latin country has a history of. But definitely El Salvador uh, and Colombia have that in common. Yeah, yeah. Colombia had the coke thing, the drug wars too. El Salvador Allende. Yeah, I talked about that. I mentioned that before. I was thinking about also, and I want to make a video of this. It'd be kind of funny. About, I think, hold on, let me look up his name and I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on, real quick. Oh, yeah, I was talking about a guy named, what's up, Chris? The show Narcos break down how the history in Colombia and Mex. Yeah, Colombia and Mexico have that in common. At least the cartels basically push the problem over to Mexico. But no, I was going to talk about, does anybody, and I sent this to a couple of you guys yesterday. I think Chris and Shortcuts might have got this message. Maybe Christian, but I can't remember if I sent it to him. About a guy named Joseph Ferguson. Now, it is the 22nd anniversary of him. And there's a crazy connection to Joseph Ferguson in Sacramento, California, and almost 9/11 to a weird way. Uh, Crazy how a lot of people don't remember that. But Joseph Ferguson was the biggest story in Northern California, especially in Sacramento and the Bay Area, the night before 9/11. You know what I mean? And uh, he, Joseph Ferguson, got murdered. I think either he got murdered, he got killed, or he killed himself. One of the two, by the Sacramento County Sheriff. And like I remember like that was the biggest story at that time. Nobody remembers that Joseph Ferguson. So Joseph Ferguson was an idiot who worked for I think as a security guard, I think, or he worked for like an armored car. Either he was a security guard or he worked for an armored car company. I can't remember, one of those. And I think his girlfriend worked in the company, and I think possibly he accused her of cheating or something like that. And I think he ended up killing his girlfriend who worked in the same security company, and he killed like three or four other co-workers. This was in Sacramento, and this all happened in the week before 9/11. And then so he was on the run, and there had been another murderer in Sacramento like a couple years before him. It was a Russian dude. I don't know if you guys remember this. Yeah, I remember. I didn't really know. I don't know if you guys remember that. I wasn't in Sacramento no more at that time. That's when I had already left, but all this was going down. I was already back in the Bay, but the stories made it to the news of the Bay Area. So there was this other Russian guy. His name was Nikolai Soltis, I believe. And he ended up killing like his family or something like that in Sacramento. And then he ended up killing himself, I think. I think he got arrested and he killed himself in jail. So this idiot Joseph Ferguson killed all these people, and then he went out in a blaze of glory, and then he killed himself. I guess when the police got into a shootout with him, he ended up taking his life. And I remember the night before. So this was September 10th, 2001, and I remember the night before. The last news story I had seen, because I telling you this was a big story before 9/11, was it this Joseph Ferguson guy? He got into that shootout with the police or with the Sacramento County sheriffs, and he I guess he killed himself, and he left like a death note basically, or a manifesto, saying that he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. He wanted his story to be top news. He wanted to be more popular than Nikolai Soltis, which was this other guy. You know what I mean? This other guy who had murdered a bunch of people in Sacramento as well. And I can remember that, I think it was the Sacramento chief of police or kind of like the Sacramento police chief, I think it was, or sheriff or something like that, was giving a speech that night before 9/11. He was like, well, this is what the killer left behind, and we shouldn't celebrate people like this, and blah, blah, blah. He says he wants it to be the biggest story in the news. And then the next day, and that was the last thing I seen on the news. I went to sleep, I remember, because I had to wake up early the next morning. Then the next day on the news, boom, 9/11 happens. And that completely got erased from history. What a coincidence. This idiot thought that he was going to go down in history as the most famous shooter in the world. And 9/11 happened, and now nobody even remembers. I remember it because it was a funny coincidence, but most people probably don't even remember it. But yeah, I wanted to make a video about that. About Joseph Ferguson, September 10th, 2001. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I think it was trillions went missing, or billions, something like that. It was a crazy amount of money. Kind of shows the media bias. I mean, well, 9/11 was freaking crazy, bro. Whatever happened on September 10th was forgotten about on 9/11, unfortunately. And, this idiot Joseph Ferguson killed a bunch of people. He killed like 4 or 5 people, So, R.I.P. to them, They were like his co-workers or something like that. I remember that, though. I remember when that happened. I remember it was big news. It was all over the news. There was like this big-ass manhunt for this guy. I'm waiting on the next series. Yeah, I heard about that butthead. Yeah, I've talked about 9/11 conspiracies before. I mean, I'm not full-on conspiracy, but there's definitely things that even to this day I think are suspicious for sure. But that's just me. The Joseph Ferguson Netflix story. But yeah, I just remember that was a big ass story when that happened. And then the next day, it completely got erased from history. I never was into Alex Jones, but I definitely seen a lot of 9/11 ones. Yeah, oh yeah, Chris, I agree. A lot of questionable things. I always go back to flight. What's that flight? The last one that crashed was that Flight 93, I think. Like I've talked about this before. Like, it's suspicious how you can look up any picture, any picture. Just look it up right now. Google it. Google plane crashes. Any plane crash, and it could even be the most horrific plane crashes. You'll see pieces of a plane, like a plane was there at one point, because you'll see pieces of the wing, you'll see pieces of the doors, you'll see pieces. Sometimes you'll see the chairs out. You know what I mean? What's up, businessman? You know what I mean? You'll know that a plane is there. Even sometimes when they crash in the water, you still see like remnants of a plane. But Flight 93 crashed in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and there was no trace of a plane left. It was just a gaping hole with smoke and little tiny particles left. Now that's pretty weird to me. It's the first time in history, and I'm no plane expert, so don't quote me on it, but it's the first time in history where a plane crashed and no pieces of a plane were there, pretty much. Kind of suspicious. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, look up plane crashes, Google it, and even the worst even plane crashes where the plane blows up into pieces, you'll still see remnants of a plane. But somehow, some way, this one plane, for the most part, vanished. So I don't know, or at least it disintegrated somehow. You know. I was a courier in San Leandro, heard on the radio. I couldn't believe the towers crumble. I was in third grade. I think I told the story before. Hold on, let me make the math. So I was about 23 at the time. And I was about 23 at the time. And I remember I was working this one job where what's up, Cepeda? Where I used to work in the morning. And this one day I had taken the day off, I remember. And I think I had a doctor's appointment that day. Just like a routine checkup or something like that. Or it might have been a dentist appointment if I remember right. And I remember it wasn't till way later, till like probably like around till 2 or something was my appointment. So I'd have to work that day. So I stayed home. And I remember I slept in. I was like, shit, I always wake up like at 6 in the morning. I'm gonna fucking sleep in. So, I slept in. And then I think I was living with my parents at the time. I think they were gone. Nobody was home. I was sleeping, like good sleep, bro. Like, fuck, I'm glad I could be sleeping, oversleeping, because normally I'm up and about at that time. And I just wanted to just be lazy and sleep in that day. And then I didn't have a cell phone yet. This is when we still had landlines at the house. And I heard the phone ring one time. But I ignored it because I was sleeping, but I heard it. And I just ignored it. And I heard it ring again. Like maybe not even a minute after it rang the first time. So I figured out, man, someone's probably trying to get a hold of me. Maybe someone's outside, locked out of the house. Let me get it real quick and I'll go back to sleep. And I pick it up. It was my homie who used to work with me. He's like, hey, bro. And, I've always been pretty politically savvy. And, I knew that at the time there was no wars going on. We weren't at war with Russia anymore. There wasn't none of that going on at that time. We were pretty much in peace. And my homie's like, hey, bro, I think the country's under attack. It's like some World War III type shit. I'm like, what the fuck what are you talking about? There ain't no wars going on right now. He's like, fool, put it on the news, bro. Trust me. Turn on the TV and put on the news, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking he's tripping. Like, come on, bro. Like, because in my mind, my rational mind, I'm like, there's no wars going on right now. How is it I just went to sleep watching like this Joseph Ferguson asshole, and all of a sudden now we're in World War III. So I didn't believe my friend. I thought he was paranoid about something, or I thought maybe there was like some attack somewhere, and he's thinking it's World War III. So I said, "All right, fool." He's like, "I gotta go, bro. Just turn on the news. Trust me." I said, "All right," and I turned on the TV, and the first thing that came up was was like I could see New York, like you could see Manhattan, and this was already like 8:30 in the morning, possibly. So it was already way past the time that they fell. I think what 8, 9, 10. So it was probably like 11 out there. So they had already collapsed at that point. And I just remember, like I seen like downtown New York, and where the towers, because I've seen those towers many times, and where the towers were supposed to be, there was just smoke. That didn't make sense. I was like, what the fuck? Actually, what the fuck is that? Like, I was trying to like analyze and get up, like, because I'm half awake, because I'm barely waking up. I'm trying to like analyze what I'm seeing. Like, what is that? Now I'm thinking like a nuclear bomb hit New York or something. Something. It was fucking weird. And then at that point, it caught my attention. Like, what the fuck is that? And then next thing you know, they were showing the fucking. They went back to like reruns and they showed the towers collapsing. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah. Did you see it when it was actually happening, Shortcuts? I didn't. When I woke up, it had already happened. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I remember I didn't even get to go to the fucking dentist because he canceled. Fucker. And yeah, just that whole day, bro. That's all they were talking about, obviously. Everywhere. Like every single news channel you could think of was talking about it. Even like channels that didn't have news were showing it. It was crazy. But yeah, man, like I was saying, like flight 93. Oh shit, yeah, I was asleep. See, like I said, I would have been awake at that time normally around 6 a.m. But because I had to work, I didn't have to work that day. I slept in. So I slept in. I was like, oh, I don't have to wake up early. I'm gonna sleep in. You know what I mean? I didn't even really get to sleep in because my homie called me, bugging me, and all this shit was happening. That woke me up. Like my sleep was completely gone at that point. Yeah, it was a weird day. But yeah, like I was saying, Flight 93, it's weird how there was no remnants of a plane. Just look up Flight 93, like the aftermath, and then look up any plane crash. Even some of the worst plane crashes, you could still see pieces of a plane there. You know? Yeah, that's what they say. Anything is possible, bro. There's a lot of things that are weird about that day for sure. To me, the one that was hard to believe, like that has to be BS, was the one where they say one of the terrorists who was in the plane, uh, it was the reptilians. Hell yeah, work stopped, and the owner was like, on attack to work. What kind of work were you doing? It was the reptilianos, maybe. But Yeah, it was a crazy day, man. But yeah, with Flight 93, that one was always weird to me. And then how okay, here's another one that doesn't make sense at all because this doesn't even work in with today's technology. How the hell were people, you know what I mean? How the hell were people able to make cell phone calls from the planes when once you pass about 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet on a plane, your phone goes off completely. Trust me, even with modern phones. Because I check them. I check my phones when we're flying up. Every time I've flown, and I've flown a lot in the last probably 10 years. And once you start hitting about, they still work at 2,000 feet, but once you hit about 4,000 feet, they go off, bro. Once you're past that point, they go completely off. And these planes were probably easily at 30,000 feet up in the air, you know, unless they were all flying really low, which I seriously doubt. That means that means for in order for them phones to have worked, especially phones from 2001, they would have to been going hella low, at least 2,000 feet. Because once you go past that, they go off. Trust me. Now, what they do have now, that they didn't even have just 5 years ago, they have now on your phone you could connect to Wi-Fi on the plane. So they have that now. But as far as like your actual cell phone working, fuck no. Once like I said, once you hit about 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet, it's off. Yeah, I've heard those stories before, Cepeda, for sure. There's videos. I don't know if you can still find them, but there used to be videos of the lobby of the World Trade Center, and it was all blown up into pieces. And I used to think that was weird. Like, wait a minute, how is it the lobby's all blown up if the explosion happened up in the 100-something floor? That never makes sense to me. You might be able to find videos of it, but there used to be videos of the lobby of the World Trade Center, and it was all blown up into pieces. I was working with a hippie kind of dude, and he was happy the U.S. was like that because of their policies. Day before, I have actually. It's been a while. Point me out to one. Send me a link to a good one. I'll check it out. You want to hear something funny? In the old days, like in the years after 9/11, um, it used to be considered a left wing thing or a liberal thing to to be a 9/11 truther or to not believe the official story. Now, in our times now, you're considered a kook and a right winger and a pro Trumper if you believe in 9/11 conspiracies. Tell me that's not fucking weird. Seriously. It's like the whole world turned around into this weird thing. Yeah, businessman, I need some people that kind of had that mentality. I mean, yeah, the U.S. has done a lot of fucked up shit, but yeah, I never was one of those like, oh, people deserved it. Nah, bro. A lot of innocent people died in 9/11. You know, a lot of civilians, a lot of raza, a lot of black people who were just regular workers who worked at buildings died, perished that day. You feel me? Yeah, that's true, butthead. That was the mentality back then. And now that's not the now liberals fucking hate being considered 9/11 truthers. Now it's considered like a right wing kind of pro Trump thing. I think a lot of it had to do because of Alex Jones, but and like that type of personality kind of co-opted that. But I knew a lot of leftists back in the days who were like big into the 9/11 truth stuff. Now they act like, you talk to a leftist about that, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Trust me, bro. I remember a lot of shit, bro. The world is weird, bro. No, I never seen that before. Like that's Twin Towers were definitely, they had to have been real. I mean, shit. I know people who went to them, so they were there. I knew a lot of people who've been there. Are you a libertarian? In some aspects, I could be. Oh yeah, George Bush. He was horrible with the weapons of mass destruction, taking away civil liberties, destroying the Constitution, and people let it happen. You know, people were scared shitless that they let the Patriot Act and all that stuff happen. We talk about Trump, but Bush was a million times worse than Trump ever was, bro. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I'm no pro-Trumper, but even I could tell you that Cheney and all those guys were horrible. And I still stick to that to this day. Oh yeah, those guys were Bush and Cheney, Wolfowitz, and all those guys, Rumsfeld. Those guys were devils, bro. Big Mike's a weapon of mass destruction. Yeah, but I've never been one of those like all those people deserve what they. Nah, man. A lot of innocent people died in 9/11, bro. A lot of people that didn't deserve to die, bro. A lot of people who are just civilians, bro, who are just working their jobs. That weren't even like millionaires or billionaires or corporate guys. There was a lot of people who were just civilians, bro. Like your mom, my dad, my mom, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, just everyday people who worked at those towers who died, bro, for nothing, bro. Families that were destroyed, bro, because of it. So yeah, I'm hell no, I'm never gonna be. Not even then was I one of those kind of people. Just because I question the government story doesn't mean that I believe the people deserve what they got. Hell no, bro. Fuck no. You'll never hear that come out of my mouth. I want to be able to break down the different nationalities that died that day. Probably Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Puerto Ricans, probably Dominicans, maybe some South and Central Americans too. Who knows? Might have been some Mexicanos. A lot of people from Puebla, New York. I wouldn't put it past it that a few Mexicanos died there. Oh yeah, for like the public fell on the knees of George Bush during that, bro. They were like, "Oh, do whatever you want, invade whoever you want, take away whatever civil liberties you want, take away quasi comitatus, all that shit, bro." You know what I mean? Because that's what happened. Yeah, man. R.I.P. There's a good documentary. I don't know if it's on Netflix or on Hulu, on one of those. I seen it the other night. It's called The Falling Man. Check it out. It's a pretty good documentary. It's a documentary about a regular everyday person who worked at the World Trade Center, and they believed he was one of the jumpers. It was a pretty good documentary. It's called The Falling Man. Look it up. You should be able to find it. It's either on Hulu or on Peacock or on. It's not on Netflix, I don't think. But I was watching it the other night. You seen it before, Shortcuts? It's pretty good. It's sad, but it's good. I like the old Italian man who thinks he's seen a picture of his girlfriend jumping off the tower. And he says that he thought it was gonna upset him. It was gonna upset him, but it didn't. It put him to peace. That at least he knows how she went and he understands. I thought that was that one right there. It's gonna make me tear up. I'm like, damn, that's pretty strong to think like that, man. But yeah, man, that was a pretty good documentary. Yeah, a lot of people died of asbestos and all that fucking crap that was in the air, bro. Oh, you're talking about Fahrenheit 9/11, I think it was called. That was a pretty good documentary. I remember Loose Change. Remember that documentary? That was one of the first like 9/11 truth documentaries. Yeah, Loose Change. That was the popular one, the original one that started it all, really. You still find it. Loose Change, they took it off of YouTube. You got to Google it if you want to watch it. Fuckers. Why'd they take it off YouTube? I'm telling you, bro, the way people view that stuff now is weird. Oh, what's up, El Quintanilla? Yeah, it's been a minute since I got on here. Just wanted to tap in. How you been, bro? Zeitgeist. I think I never got to see that one, but I remember it. Yeah, they took off a lot of those documentaries from YouTube. You got to Google them or go on Rumble and find them if you want to see any of those kind of documentaries. YouTube sold out, bro, completely, sadly. Yeah, we're just talking about the anniversary of 9/11 and a bunch of other stuff. Just having an old school discussion. Just chilling. Been a couple of weeks I've been on here. How many? Huh, I heard that shortcut. I didn't pull too many this time, bro. I really wasn't up there for that, to be honest with you. But I found out it's not that hard. One thing is, I don't believe the U.S. government, Republican or Democrat. Yeah, same here, bro. Julio, if you want to do that in Colombia, as long as you speak Spanish and you have a passport, bro, it'd be a lot more easier for you. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. YouTube and Google were the shit circa. I think around two when Trump started running it more restrictive. Yeah, old school YouTube was the shit, bro. Old school YouTube was dope. Then it became just another corporate entity, unfortunately, like the news, restricting things and preventing freedom of speech and people from saying things, or you know what I mean, banning people. Yeah, anything went. It was totally different back then. And I wasn't even that controversial back then. I would say some things that weren't popular, but there were some people that were like, they would talk all kind of shit on YouTube. But yeah, man. So what's up with y'all? What's everybody been up to? What the hell? I don't remember that one. Oh, you know what, bro? Julio, I don't remember any of my videos being flagged that I could remember. I think one got flagged, but I don't think it got flagged by a person. I think it got flagged by actual YouTube about 3 years ago. And it was a positive video. It made no sense why they flagged it. Oh yeah, Faded Holy Soldier, the internet norteño. That fool was hella stupid. I actually talked to him a couple times, like back then. Not in person, but I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago, way back. I'm gonna look into that. I've been hearing about the open carry law. If it does pass, I'm gonna get me an open carry. Fuck that. But hopefully it passes. I'm not anti-gun at all. If that motherfucker passes, I'm getting me a open carry for reals, for reals, for reals. I have no felonies or nothing like that, so I don't think it would restrict me from getting one. Yeah, Faded Soldier, like back in the days, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, YouTube actually used to have private messages a long time ago. They took it out. So you used to be able to private message content creators, and sometimes they would reply. And yeah, I came back. It was fun, bro. I had hella fun in Colombia. But no, look, back then, you used to be able to send private messages, and I remember private messaging um, Faded Holy Soldier a couple times. He was funny. I think he told me he was Guatemalan and Puerto Rican or something like that. He was mixed, and like his videos were hella funny though. He used to say dumb shit. And I don't know if you guys remember when he was the internet norteño. That shit was hella funny. Órale, órale, cuatro por vida, cuatro por vida. But yeah, that fool was funny. He used to always make fun of Soldier Boy. That's old school YouTube. Like Holy Faded Soldier and all that. That's hella old school. Probably could still find the internet norteño one. Oh yeah, Mr. Advice. Yeah, the internet norteño. Remember the one where he was like walking in a shopping center? He's like, "Hey, I'm in Compton. I'm at the Kmart in Compton. I'm an internet norteño. Come get me." And hella people in the comments were like, "You ain't in Compton, you fake ass norteño," and all these shit. It was hella funny. Like people thought he was real. But yeah, that fool was funny though. The internet norteño. That shit was hella funny. That was old school YouTube. I asked him, like I remember asking him one time, why did he start the internet norteño? Why not internet sureño? Because it's kind of random that this dude from the East Coast was doing an internet norteño, and he told me the story. He says something that he used to be on a dating site, and that what's up, BJ? How you been? So he told me the story. He told me the background of why he started Internet Norteño. I think he said he used to be like on a dating site, and that like maybe Seek so it was an old dating site, and that something about I think you were right. I think he did say Seek Pixel, and he said that Hello Norteños used to hit him up talking shit to him, saying that he was a sureño or a scrap or something like that. You know what I mean? Like saying the messed up stuff to him. And I guess he would notice that there were norteños, and that's why he created that whole internet norteño thing. Like making fun of the people who were hitting him up, like gangbanging on him He's like, bro, I'm from the East Coast. I don't even know nothing about that stuff. The town's the town's pretty messed up at the moment, unfortunately. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen in Oakland, bro. Hopefully something fixes up. DJ, we were talking a little bit about 9/11. How old were you when 9/11 happened? I'm assuming you were probably a little kid. We were talking about it earlier. Yeah, with the internet, Norteño and Mr. Advice. That fool was hella funny. But yeah, man. But yeah, I hadn't tapped on in a while, so I just want to tap on and say what's up to everybody. Show you guys I'm still here. Damn. 1 year old, you weren't even born yet? Telling you, bro, there's young adults right now who weren't even born when 9/11 happened. Or barely were being born, or were like BJ, like only 1 year old. My family originally from Michoacan, from La Piedad, but my mom grew up in Tijuana. Yeah, I want to go to El Salvador. You was 5 or 6. Yeah, like I said, I was like 23 when it happened. I was still a youngster. Yeah, I was in my early 20s. But yeah, you was 21. Yeah. Your mom's from Frisco, from the city. Oh shit, that's crazy. Yeah, I could imagine being there, bro. That must have been crazy for being a thug to Turkey. What the hell? I know a dude who goes to Turkey sometimes. I don't know if I go to Turkey. There's some cute girls up there though. From Fresno. Yeah, I haven't been to La Piedad in a long time, bro. I haven't been there since I was little. I didn't grow up too much with my Michoacan family because, like I said, my mom left to Tijuana when she was very young. So I would go more to Tijuana than Michoacan. I only went to Michoacan like twice in my life. So I'm not as familiar with, but yeah, she's from around that region, La Piedad. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'd like to go to the DR one day for sure. Oh yeah, right. Interesting place to go to. La República Dominicana, al Hong Kong. I won't deny nor I won't admit nor deny that I was at Hong Kong. Antonio Maldonado on YouTube. Why do you go to Turkey? Is nicknamed the Corazon of Mexico. 9/11? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm from Tijuana and raised in beautiful San Pablo, California. San Pablo, I'm not too far from there. I haven't heard from Mazatlán in a long time. They got disappeared. Michigan. But yeah, man. My personal view on 9/11, it was a fucked up day. It was crazy. It was definitely traumatizing. Even watching it on TV was traumatizing. Um, and You'd rather go to vacation to Colombia? Probably Colombia, because I've been to Mexico hella times already, so I like seeing different places. But I definitely want to go back to Mexico eventually. I definitely want to go to Tijuana soon, and I want to go to El Salvador to visit my family up there. Yeah, that's true. Tijuana's got people. Shit, Tijuana even got hella South Americans and Haitians now. Honestly, though, Mendoza, I like the music of Colombia more than the music of Michoacan. That's the reason I went to Colombia was for the music because I love music from out there. I play Colombian music, so yeah. Medallo to Medellin, it's fun, bro. FM Atlanta, I have friends from FM Atlanta. I'm Bukele all the way. Yeah, Medellin is nice, shortcuts. It's a big city, you know. La ciudad en la eterna primavera. You gotta learn their slang if you go. But I will give Medellin one thing. There are a lot of fine women there. That for sure. Where I went this time to Colombia, there are cute women, but Medellin, yeah, it's a little bit more for sure. Way more than where I went, you know. Because I've been to Medellin before. But you gotta learn their accent, bro, or at least their slang, for they won't be talking shit to you. They're the ones to be like, Ave María pues, mami. Yo pues, es que yo soy de allá de Medellín, mi hijo. They be talking like that. Yeah, Bukele is off the hook. They're the ones to be like, oh no, re hijo de puta, mal parido. It's crazy because Bukele used to be FMLN. A lot of people don't realize that. One thing about Colombia, bro, the women are very friendly out there. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Like women are very easy to talk to out there, bro. Yeah, you'll get some bitchy ones here and there, but for the most part, they're pretty easy going. But it's when the whole American conversation comes up. It's when it starts becoming kind of, you know what I mean. You kind of gotta watch out a little bit. Because then it's hard to tell their intentions sometimes. Telling you, bro, I was having a regular conversation with a female, and as soon as I mentioned I was from the U.S., she started throwing me like little innuendos about, oh, que no sería bonito si conociera un americano que me llevara para casa a los Estados Unidos. I'm like, well, that americano's not going to be me. But yeah, that American passport goes a long way out there. I hate to say it sound that way, but it is true. And that American dollar. But yeah, it is nice to go to a place where like the females are easy to talk to, bro. I will admit that is a nice feeling. Yeah, it was fun, bro. I like Colombia, bro. I like it a lot out there. I'm definitely gonna go back for sure. Just too bad I got sick, bro. That's the only thing that fucked my trip up a little bit, bro. But other than that, it was pretty fun. International. A lot of poverty out there, though, man. Definitely come back with an appreciation with what you have back in the United States for sure when you go out there. At least I did. International players. What do you call them? Passport bros. Yeah, that cholo out there is no joke. That's no joke. All I know, if would I retire in Colombia? If I had medical security out there, I would. If I didn't, no, I wouldn't. Put it like that. Oh, really? That's funny. I was wearing an Oakland shirt in Cartagena, Oakland A shirt, jersey, and hella people thought I was a baseball player. That shit was hella funny. That is true. Oh, Colombia, everything's so dirt cheap out there, bro. It's crazy. Cheap. Like, you get a meal for like $5, bro. I was staying at hotels. They were nice, nicer than a Motel 6, $20 a night, bro. You travel on a bus like a Greyhound, fuck, not even $10, $7, bro. To imagine going from Cartagena to Cincelejo, which is like a 3 hour ride. Imagine a 3 hour ride in the US on a Greyhound, bro. That's gonna cost you like 50, $60, bro. Out there, seven fucking dollars. I shit you not, bro. On a pretty chill bus. It wasn't a ghetto bus or nothing like that. Ridiculous. Yeah, in Colombia, you'll get a fat ass meal, bro, with rice and beans and meat and plátanos. $5, bro. That's it. The Chile, he wasn't mad. He liked it, bro. He liked it. He just there were times where he got kind of got tired of people like surrounding him, being like Chino, 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 Chino Cochino. Bro, I ate at McDonald's once when I was in Colombia, in Cartagena, and it was only like $5 for a meal. How much I need to bring to have a good time out there? I only went 1,000, bro, and I went out there for 2 weeks and I made it last. But yeah, if you have two G's, you'll live like a king out there for 2 weeks or a week. Cause 4,000 pesos is a dollar out there. So one American dollar is 4,000 pesos. So you just gotta have your phone calculator on you. Y hacer la cuenta. Just divide everything by 4,000, and it'll tell you how much it is in dollars, bro. And bro, everything I bought out there came out dirt cheap. I even bought music instruments, and they came out dirt cheap out there. Chino, bro, the Chino, he was a celebrity out there, bro. Like everywhere we went, people were like, "Oh, I'm Chino," and they would surround them and ask him questions. They would tell him to speak que hable Chino. It was hella funny, bro. Some drunk girls were all laughing with him and shit. It was hella funny, bro. It's crazy that there's not that many Chinos out there, bro. I didn't see any. I know he should have did that. But yeah, that fool was Chino out there. Chino. Everywhere we went, bro, that fool was. They were telling him that. I remember we were even walking in Cartagena. All right, Mendoza. Nah, I mean the only people that kind of look like Asian are people that are more Native American looking. But yeah, that fool stood out there. I can remember we were walking in Cartagena, and like a city bus was passing by, and hella people were like pointing, looking at the bus, pointing at him, bro. I was like, wow, you attract attention everywhere we go here. That shit was hella funny. There's one fool named Lucho. He was kind of talking shit about it. He's like, ese amigo tuyo chino, ese está loco. Ya no lo traigas por acá a Colombia. Ese está loco. I was like, that's messed up. But yeah, it was funny. It was funny going with him, bro. It was hella funny. It was like definitely an experience. The trip when you go with someone who hella stands out. Like I didn't stand out at all, but he did for sure. Like most people didn't even bat an eye at me, but him, he was like fuck, like he would attract hella attention out there. But shortcut, if you ever go to Colombia, let me know. I think you would like it out there. It's pretty chill out there. I like it. It was fun. I guess Julio, that's what I was saying. I haven't been on YouTube like I get on YouTube from time to time, but I haven't been active on it for a minute, so I don't know what's going on YouTube lately. Seems quiet though. I don't see too many drama videos like before. But hey, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just wanted to tap in for a little while, let you guys know I'm still alive. I'm still here. Just been a little off YouTube for a little bit, took a little break, and took my little vacation. Now I'm back home, relaxing, and yeah, I'll be getting on more frequently for sure now. Just wanted to tap in today. So all you guys be safe. Shortcut, Solorio, Chris Grima, Cepeda, all the other folks, PJ Santana out there in the East Coast, and everybody else who was on here tonight, Mike Wallace, Christian, everybody else. You guys be safe. All right, y'all. Late.